Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Today I'm going to be dehydrating mangoes. I've done this a couple of times in the past, and it is one of my favorite things to have for a bit of a healthy-ish kind of snack. Whenever you have like a sweet tooth, mangoes are they're just amazing. Dehydrated mangoes are just the best thing to munch on. And so I'm out of it in my food storage because I ate it all. And so now it's time to replenish those stores. And we went to Costco yesterday and just picked up a couple of different things. We got some blueberries and some ginger and mangoes and cauliflower. And I'm just doing a bunch of different projects with those. So look out for all of those other videos that are going to be coming with all of those other ingredients. I'm working on a few different things just kind of for food storage and fermentation and all those sorts of things. For today, we're going to be just dehydrating mangoes. It is one of the easier things that you can do. Like, you literally just peel it and cut it and put it on the dehydrator tray and it's good to go. You don't need to do anything else with it. And it's delicious. I don't know how well it rehydrates. I've never tried to rehydrate it. All I do is just like a fruit leather kind of, like you just kind of munch on it. So let's go ahead and get started. I don't have any special like tricks or anything like that for peeling it. I just have this beast here. It's a Titan. I got this back when I was trying to do raw vegan, and it's an awesome, it's an awesome vegetable peeler. If you don't have this thing, you probably want to get it. If I can find a link for it, I'll go ahead and include it, like an affiliate link in the description down below, because these things are just amazing. Like, they just cut through everything and anything. And the kit that I got for it actually came with one that actually did kind of like little straws too, like kind of spiralizer size things, but not spiralized. It's just like, you just peel it. And with mangoes, definitely the riper you can get them dehydrating, I find, the better they are, because they're at their peak level of sweetness, and so they're going to be sweeter. And you kind of just end up with the quality of what you put in is the quality of what you get out of it. And there's nothing wrong with dehydrating like a bunch of mangoes that are about to go bad, or things that you just need to preserve, stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It has all tons of different purposes, but it's just a general rule of thumb is you're going to get out of it what you put into it. If you put in kind of overripe fruit, you're going to get overripe fruit. If you put underripe fruit, you're going to get underripe. Basically, all I do when cutting it is I try and get as close to the pit inside as possible by cutting off the end pieces, and then just cutting around the pit from there on. And there's not really a tremendous amount of rhyme or reason with how I cut these up. They're pretty just whatever I can get them off of the mango as, that's the shape that it gets. I generally aim for probably about 1/4 of an inch thick, just so it has some substance when it's dehydrated. Because I just dehydrate this as a snack, and so I like it to be kind of snack sized. Now that we are all done cutting up all the mangoes, I think that was 10 mangoes, and it filled up almost 5 Excalibur dehydrator trays. So it's basically, you can fit 2 per tray. And that is definitely one thing that I really like about the Excalibur, is that it fits so much more than the round ones. And it's I'm enjoying it. I just got it not too long ago. This is like the 3rd thing I think that we've dehydrated on it. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna actually dehydrate this not at the fruit and veggie setting, but I'm gonna try and dehydrate it at a lower temperature to kind of keep the enzymes and everything in it alive and keep it just like a live food basically. And so I'm gonna dehydrate this, I think it's at 105 is the recommended temperature for keeping everything in it alive, basically. And if I'm wrong on that, I'll go ahead, I'm gonna look it up before I actually do it, but I believe it's 105. If I'm wrong on that, I'll go ahead and tell you here. I expect it will probably take well over 24 hours, so I would assume I'll probably see you back here sometime like tomorrow evening, and we'll kind of check this out and show you kind of where we're at with that. It's been a couple of days since we set our mangoes to dehydrate on the dehydrator. I kept them at about between 95 and 105, usually more towards the 105 side, and I kind of just fluctuated. I'm not sure the exact amount of time actually dehydrating that it took. I would have to guess probably about 30 to 34 hours, something like that, on the very low heat. And I wanted to do it at the low heat. The last time I did it at the higher heat, and it came out very crispy, very crunchy. It wasn't like the really good kind of almost like a gummy bear kind of texture. And that's kind of what I was aiming for. And that's what I got with this. And when you dehydrate it at the lower temperatures, you keep the enzymes and you keep all the goodness in the dehydrated foods alive. And so it kind of just depends on your preference. Like if you want them to be crunchy, you're gonna have to do it at a higher heat. Sometimes I've even heard that you have to bake them in order to get them kind of crunchy, but you can do it if you dehydrate it long enough. You can get most things kind of crunchy. But with this one, I was aiming to get it very, still kind of pliable. It's, you know, they're very dry. You can still tell that they're dry. Even the thicker pieces are dry. And with this, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna make sure that I put a dry pack inside of here just to make sure that it gets any leftover moisture. I don't wanna have any mold issues whatsoever with this. This stuff is, it's like candy gummy bears mango flavored. Like this stuff is so good. Like, oh my gosh. And all of this whole thing costed me, I think it was, they're $6 each, and they're organic as well. And I only used 10 instead of the 12 that I bought for the $12. So, you know, they're like $1 a piece. So this whole thing was $10 as an investment. And so let's go ahead and unload these into the jars so we can see exactly how much we ended up with. So this project in particular, I really, really highly recommend. If you go and you look at Costco and you look up one of those packages, you know, the packs that they have of the dried fruit and the dried mangoes, I'm sure that they have other chemicals that are on there. One thing that you can do that I have seen, I'm not going to do it, but one thing that you can do with these is you can put them in a Ziploc bag, kind of like shake and bake style with some powdered sugar. You can shake it up and it'll help these to not stick to one another as much. I don't care about that, so I'm not going to add any extra sugar to it. I just want it to be good old-fashioned. It's literally, you saw me make it, it's just mangoes. There's nothing else in here. There's no other additives, there's no other chemicals, there's no preservatives, there's no anything in here. It's just mangoes, and that's what I was aiming for. And so this is definitely a much better route. It's a much cheaper route. I know it's organic, I know exactly what's in it, and I love this stuff. Anytime I have a sweet tooth, this is something that I can come and, you know, just devour a couple slices of it and I'm good to go. So I definitely recommend that you make these dried mangoes. They are delicious, they're amazing, they're a nice sweet treat to have, and they're great also if you have kids and they just like to have sweet stuff every once in a while and you don't want to give them any candy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you are inspired to go ahead and dehydrate your own mango or any fruit that you want to dehydrate. I recommend mangoes among a bunch of other stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Bye.